and bitter. It smelled of freedom and danger. She sent one short message from a burner phone. On my way. And she dissolved into the night, heading towards her past and the impending storm, leaving the future with Luke Harrison hanging in the balance. The Brooklyn loft was in an old brick building that tourists passed without a second glance. Ellie climbed the creaky iron stairs, her heart pounding in her throat. The door was unlocked. He was sitting on the same beat-up couch, facing 3 powerful monitors displaying lines of code. Empty energy drink cans lay nearby. This was a completely different Logan, no expensive suit, just a worn-out t-shirt and the focused, almost obsessive gaze of the genius she had once fallen in love with. I knew you'd come, he said, without looking away from the screen. You could never resist a mystery. Especially your own. Talk, Logan. What's the threat? Who's looking for the vulnerability? Ellie remained standing by the door, arms crossed. She wasn't ready to get closer. His aura was too magnetic, too dangerous for her equilibrium. Sit down. This will take a while, he finally turned to her, and in his eyes, she saw not mockery, but weary concern. You're right to think your software is the best shield on the market. But even Achilles had a weak spot. Our weak link in the Cerberus architecture. It's being targeted by a group codenamed Arachnid. Ellie went cold. Arachnid was a legendary name in the shadow world of cyber espionage. A ghost everyone feared but few believed existed. They exist? She whispered. Oh, yes, Logan gave a bitter smile. And they're very real. The NSA is still trying to track them. And they have a man inside your company, Ellie. They're already in. Who? Her breath caught. I don't know yet. But they've already started the attack. Slow, quiet. They won't breach your code with one blow. They're seeping in, using that very back door we left for emergency access. Remember? Our black door. She remembered. It was their venture, to create a perfect system with a secret key only they knew. For a rainy day. Why didn't you warn me earlier? Why all this theater with the party? Her voice held resentment. Because I had to be sure you were still the same Ellie who can think like a hacker, not a CEO. And that you wouldn't trust me. I needed to get into your system without attracting attention to trace their steps. Your presentation was the perfect cover. He turned the monitor towards her. It displayed a schematic of her company's network. One of the servers, labeled Backup Archive 4, was glowing a soft red. They're already here, Logan said quietly. And they're good. Very good. I can stop them. But I need your access. And your silence. No Harrison. His people are soldiers, they'll obliterate all traces with brute force. We need surgery. Ellie stared at the red dot on the screen. It was her waking nightmare. Her brainchild, into which she had poured her soul, was already infected. And the only person who could help her was the one who had once broken her heart. All right, she surrendered, approaching the monitors. What do we do? They worked for several hours. It was a strange and painful déjà vu. Their minds merged into the same rhythm again, their fingers flying over the keyboards. They threw technical terms and ideas at each other that only they understood. It was a dance they hadn't performed in years, but the muscle memory was alive. At one point, their hands accidentally touched on the keyboard. Ellie jerked hers back as if burned. Logan looked at her, and a spark of the old fire flared in his eyes. Did you miss this? He asked quietly. The thrill? The feeling that it's us against the world? I miss trusting you, Logan. And that's impossible now. I came back to protect you. Or to use the situation to your advantage. She retorted. Maybe you are Arachnid? He laughed, but the laugh was joyless. If I were Arachnid, your company would have already fallen. And you would be my prisoner, not my accomplice. Suddenly, Her personal phone, which she had taken with her after all, rang. The screen showed Luke Harrison. Ellie froze. Logan raised an eyebrow. Going to answer? His voice held a challenge. Let your bodyguard know you're safe. She declined the call. Her heart raced with guilt. She sent him a short message. All good. Home already. Tired. Good night. The lie came hard. Logan watched her with a strange, unreadable look. Does he believe you? He asked. He trusts me, Ellie replied, and it sounded like a rebuke to herself. Trust, Logan drawled, turning back to the monitors. A fragile thing. Easy to lose. And almost impossible to restore. I know. He immersed himself in the code again, leaving her alone with heavy thoughts. Ellie watched his profile, illuminated by the flickering blue light of the screen. He was right. She had just violated Luke's trust. For what? For the dubious help of a man who had already destroyed her life once? For the thrill? Or because deep down she understood, only in this chaos, side by side with Logan, did she feel truly alive? Suddenly, the alarm system Logan had set up on the perimeter of her company's digital defense emitted a sharp, piercing sound. Logan straightened up abruptly. They've made a move, he said, and his voice became hard and focused. They're trying to penetrate the core. Right now. He turned to her, his eyes blazing. Your choice, Eliza. Run back to your safe harbor with Harrison? Or stay here and help me give them hell? Outside, dawn was breaking. The first rays of the sun painted the Manhattan skyscrapers in pink hues. Ellie looked at the screen, where the red dot pulsed like a living wound. Then at Logan. She reached for a spare keyboard, her fingers settling on the keys with familiar confidence. What do we do? She repeated her question, and for the first time that evening, her voice held not uncertainty, but cold resolve. A smile, slow and genuinely happy, touched Logan's lips. We attack, he said. Show me what else the girl who once hacked the Pentagon for fun is capable of. And they plunged back into the battle, while in a luxurious apartment on Park Avenue, Luke Harrison looked at his phone screen with the short goodnight message. His instincts, honed by years on the battlefield, screamed that something was wrong. He walked to the window, looking out at the waking city. Somewhere out there was the woman he was beginning to fall for. And he felt he was losing her with every passing minute. He took out another, secure phone. Dialed a number. Harrison here. I need a full background check. On Logan Mitchell. Everything there is. And put a tail on Miss Thorne. Discreetly. I want to know where she is and who she's with. He hung up. The game was just beginning, and Luke Harrison did not intend to lose.